that right? At 4500 North south end of Prospect Road. Right now, we have an old Amoco gas station, which I used to buy gas at more than a few decades ago, and bought some 20-year-old Reese's peanut butter cups there. So we're hoping to do a general upgrade there. The glass company was there up until a couple years ago, and tonight we're going to present the plan, the proposed plan from Katie Kim as to what we're looking to have in there and what the possibilities would be. So, but first we're going to do a pledge of allegiance to the flag. Would you please rise and join us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Katie, I guess we're going to ask you to come on up and give the public what they want to hear.
All right.
Give us an overview.
Okay, stand here. You want me to stand there?
Wherever you want to go is fine. I'll tell you what, maybe over there, I'll bring that over for you, okay?
That'd be great. Hello. So I'm Katie Kim with the Kim Group, and I'm representing a party. Oh, right here would be great. That'd be perfect. I can just kind of stand here. Thank you. That is has been looking to locate in the Heights, and has been very. We've been looking for a while for the right location and opportunity for them to locate their business in the Heights. And actually first started when they were looking at the second floor of the Trefskers building to locate within there. We came upon the site. They wanted to actually own their own building. And so what we came upon was the village purchased the gas station last April timeframe. And we're doing some work on it, and we answered the first RFP, which then got extended to the second RFP with this proposal. So our client will actually be owner and operator of the building itself. So what we're looking to do here, I'm going to step away from this a little bit, but hopefully you can hear me. Along this, you'll see, you can come up after as well, the site plan. What we really want to do is keep with the downtown architecture. So I want to make sure that the building is up to the lot line, how the architecture is throughout that whole downtown piece. And it's going to go to the side here. Again, all the way to the lot line, similar to where it is going down the street. We are looking to have some restaurants on the first floor. Right now we have about 6,000 square feet of space on the first floor. We are talking with multiple restaurants to locate on that first floor. A lot of those restaurants have been looking in the Heights for a while and just haven't found the right opportunity. They would have outdoor seating, so it would fit in line with the outdoor dining corridor that we have along Prospect. And then along here you'll see on Kelly Avenue, right now there's diagonal parking that's there and kind of sticks out into the traffic as you're coming to the lights, which is a little bit, I pulled in there a couple times and almost been hit backing out. So we wanted to redo this as well. So we're going to have parallel on-street parking in there, and then we're also going to widen the sidewalk here so we could have dining come around the side there. We are going to close this opening here, and I'm sorry you guys, but you've seen this, right? Okay. So in this opening here where we have on Kelly Avenue, we have the diagonal parking, we have the entrance, and then we have the alley. So what we're going to do is we're going to close that off, close the entrance to the parcel off, and use the alley access to come into the parking on the property for the building. We're going to have an access from the parking in the back, and then we're also going to have access points along the Prospect and Kelly into the residence. We are purchasing some of the homes over here, and they will be, we have purchased some of the homes over there. They will be set to be demolished and turned into, that area turned into a parking lot. So it will have the grading and site work done on those. What we have talked about with the village is we need at least this first row of parking for our development, and the rest of the parking would be used for public parking. So the whole community could benefit from that. Being able to park there helps with some of the downtown parking problems that we have. We are going to, as you see here, it's going to be a two-story building. Right here shows this coming right up to, I call it the fire duct building, but the building right here, it does have windows on the second floor. We are going down a level. One, we don't want to block their windows to that facility, so we are going to come down here. And then we'll have, like I said, space along the first floor, shops, restaurants, boutiques is what we're really looking for. So they will have the whole 6,000 square feet available to them. We'll have a staircase along this front tower here, as well as one in the back for a circulation standpoint. My client will occupy a good portion of the second floor. We are also talking to some other businesses to locate along with them as well. The top of the building, as you can see right here, this little top will have a rooftop bar facility, and it will have rolling doors that we can roll up so we can use it all year round, or open it up to be able to seat on top of the roof. So that's the scope of our plan and our development. Do you have any questions? Did I leave anything out? The questions?
Yes, go ahead.
And so is the place that your client is occupying, I know you're not going to tell us who it is, right? But is it primarily food, or is it alcohol? What's their source of revenue?
They're more of an office use.
Okay.
They're strictly an office
So
use.
the places downstairs, are they going to be catered to more alcohol or more food, or a combination?
Combination. Yeah, we're not going after strictly bars. We really want more restaurants with that, have that kind of a mixed use of, they don't want the 2 a.m., 4 a.m. oons kind of bar down there, if that answers it. That's my technical term, oons. I mean.
Craig?
Now, this parking looks great, something we've already needed. Has there been any thought in the future of upgrading the alley, getting rid of some phone or power poles up and getting the other business up there to use more rear entrance? Possibility. This would make this parking lot, we think, a lot more convenient. Everybody else on up the line.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, Craig, we haven't looked at it yet, but it's something that we definitely will. And if you want to, give me what you think it ought to be, I'd be more than happy to look at it. We'll have a street department look at it. Administrator Fick can look as well. Because I'm not real clear what you're looking for, but I mean, if it's an upgrade, we definitely want to look at it.
Well, nobody wants to walk up a dingy alley, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And the back of some of these places, while not as bad as some of them I see downtown, you little sprucing up, like I say, it's kind of narrow. You got dumpsters, kind of hodgepodge. So if the alley was kind of improved, like say, couple of speeds, we're not moving some of the phone poles out of there, going either underground or something, and getting the dumpsters kind of situated in one area. So, some of the big cities, they have a communal area more for their dumpsters that's out of sight in one location, rather than every place having to have right behind them. And then the back doors would be more appealing for people to park there and walk up. That's all I was.
Yeah, we can look at it. I don't know if there would be room back there for a community dumpster. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Dumpsters are not the best look ever. But if there's a way to upgrade it within reason, we'll certainly look at it.
Yeah, and this alley is unique. The alley, I would say that this way, not this way, this alley here is really unique in the fact that it doesn't have any inlets on it. It doesn't have any driveways coming in on it. And so, it does have the garbage cans from the back of the residence. They do put those out there. But when I've walked it a couple times, there's no traffic coming in there, so it's really just a cut through down that street. So,
Katie, when are you planning on starting this?
immediately.
So I own the business, the fire up business, and so the construction will impact our customers. And so are you talking about, like, I know there's a schedule, the bar from us is scheduled to have that Oktoberfest there. Is that going to still occur? So will you be doing this during the holiday time, or?
Yes, so to kind of talk about that, one, we're looking to start demo on the house portion of this mid-September, and then quickly follow with the demolition of this. Then we have compaction grade, and we'd like to be in the ground before, the mid-November, that's our target. We will, the good thing about having this ground and this ground is we can use this for our staging and this really for our planning, so we really won't be bothering too much out here or even too much in this traffic flow. But we will be happy to communicate our schedule as soon as we firming it up. Right now it's kind of in flux as to when decisions are made and that time frame, but I'd be happy, and we would definitely talk with you about the time frame.
We don't own a lot. I mean, I know our customers park there, but they're doing so because it's available.
They can, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would park there too if I could, when I go there. But yeah, we will definitely communicate with you, actually everybody along that block and across the street, with Kevin Shields on that side, and also the bank, because we want everybody to know when traffic is happening, but we really want to not disrupt as much of the traffic as we possibly can. Because our goal would be into the ground in the fall, and then be open probably, I would say, like an April, May timeframe.
Can we ask what you're going to put on the parking lot? Will it be permeable?
That is a great question. We are actually looking into all those options. I am a big fan of permeable pavement. I'm a big fan of pavers. Sometimes the project budget doesn't allow for that. So but those are options that we're pricing out right now. So I can't say yes or no to that because we're still getting bids in for that. But there is a thing as a permeable blacktop as well, which is not as expensive as the pavers themselves. So that is another option, another alternative that we're looking at. And trees in the parking lot too, so to have some of that runoff into there. But if I could, I'd make it all pavers, but it's not my decision. Yes, sir.
Who's actually going to own the building?
My clients are actually going to own the building. Yeah.
And I thought there were some EPA issues with that.
So anytime you have a gas station lot, there's always an EPA ruling. And so what the village did when they understood that a year ago, and I'm speaking on your behalf, so stop if I guess, but a year ago when the village went to purchase it, they went to talk to the owner, and they realized that it really inhibited anybody from buying that parcel because of the EPA issues. Especially these days, nobody touches EPA. Brownfield sites is actually what they're called. So the village just decided to purchase the land, undertake getting what's called a no further remediation, an NFR document on the property. And they, I believe it has been approved and it's in the mail.
We have it.
You have it, they have it. So they have it. So that enables us to then be able to go to a bank and get financing for the development of this property. So we can't have a basement. So that is the one bad thing with that, because a lot of the buildings on that side of the street have a basement. We won't be able to have a basement because of the conditions of the land.
When are we going to announce the tenant?
I would like to say hopefully at the end of next week, barring any adjustments, let's put it that way. I would like to say that. Yeah, and as we get tenants in and we can announce them, we will be announcing them as well. Because we've been working with some tenants for a long time on these projects that I know would love to let people know where they're going.
So the main floor, the ground level floor, 6,000, perhaps restaurant, perhaps business, boutique, what have you. Second floor, business. Then we have rooftop.
Yes.
Is rooftop owned by business underneath as far as the restaurant? So you have restaurant, and then sandwich. So who's on the top, who's on the bottom? Is it the same people or maybe different people?
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
Right now, nothing's been signed for that top. We are talking with one restaurant that would want to take a portion of the bottom and then also take the rooftop up there. With how we're designing it, then that rooftop area could be closed off for private parties. So it enables the restaurant to have a smaller workspace down there, and then when they have a party, like a company, like a Pearl Insurance, when they want to take everybody out for dinner, they could go and they could rent the rooftop out and they wouldn't have to close down their restaurant. Like that part of it.
The 6,000 feet on the bottom floor isn't parceled out per se to restaurant. It could be condo.
Correct.
Not a restaurant.
Absolutely.
And then the top floor, how much square feet on the top?
The top floor right now, we're about 2,000, a little bit under 2,000 for the actual space itself, and then we have circulation, so the stairs, the elevator, we will have bathrooms up there. Yeah.
And the parking spaces that you're creating and making available are coming?
So in the parking lot back here, we'll have 9, and then over here, we will actually have 52.
How many?
52. Let me do some quick math in my head.
That's a good answer. There's been a lot of work done by the village and the corridor study.
Yes.
It's been a big deal. And without exception, there's never been a voice that hasn't been raised in regards to a parking issue. And without a doubt, no one will ever stop raising that question because it's a huge issue for us all.
Absolutely.
Fortunately, the Heights has made a wonderful statement and personality for itself with its restaurant industry. This could be a wonderful addition. To my calculations, and I'm no genius, but to my calculations, you're just barely meeting the needs of parking to add any more to this equation.
Correct. So if you look at, to back up, the corridor study, we participated in that. We came to the open forum and provided feedback and definitely want to be involved in the Heights for that. So very familiar with the plan, came to the announcement of that. I love the Heights. I remember coming here with my grandmother, going to Smith Drug, and I mean, I love the whole brand and the culture that the Heights has. So that was one of the things when my clients came to me, I said, I will only do this if we do not screw this up. In terms of, the architecture is wrong, it's not, the whole urbanization, the city structure where it comes to the corner, you have to do it right. And so we definitely want to keep with that city feel, the wider sidewalks, and then also I know the parking has been an issue, it's going to be an issue until we start taking some more drastic changes, which hopefully will be coming with some of the tools the village has now with the TIF and the business development district. What we're looking at is with those the first floor restaurants, I would say one of them that we're talking to right now does not serve lunch. So they would only be a dinner time restaurant. The business on the second floor is going to be gone, by 5 o'clock. So the use will not compete, and that's why we didn't want to have the whole building be a restaurant or do, any type of 24-hour use or, daytime and nighttime use. So we are tight on parking. We do realize that there's some on-street parking, but we were able to try and help that with purchasing some of those houses and do the parking lot. From a zoning standpoint, those houses are surrounded by commercial, so that use, it doesn't really fit anymore in terms of that. So, we felt like it was a really good transition that we can make by purchasing those lots and adding that. But you're right, we are, in terms of a zoning type of a use, we're right there. I mean, there's not a lot of surplus.
Well, I have to say my phone went up like a skyrocket today. In my position as president of the Chamber of Commerce, I heard from many members and many non-members. Now they want a voice. They don't want to make their presence known, but now they want to know. And none of them are here. So everyone has issues.
Yeah.
I like the plan. It's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. I like the fact that it's elevated. It's very aggressive, it's beautiful, and you know what? Competition's fine. I have no issue with another restaurant as a competitor. You do your job, I'll do my job, and we'll see who goes where, and some will win and some will lose. But I think it does present a continuing challenge, and maybe an even greater challenge to the village, to add another license, or two, to this scenario. Because we have, we kind of have the golden calf up here. So we have to be careful with it. And the fact that we're adding more to this mix will be an incredible challenge parking-wise, because the parking that they're creating may take care of their needs, maybe, but it certainly won't help any of the rest that are half a block up. People are lazy. I'm sorry to say that they are. There's wonderful parking available behind the Cullinan property, even though they have their signs up and now they're challenging. We don't know how that's going to shake out in the world. But even customers now who have the access to 84 parking spaces within half a block feel challenged to walk that 100 yards because, oh my gosh, I couldn't park right in front. There's no parking. They scream and they cry because people are generally very, very, very lazy. So this addition certainly won't fix that problem. It's no help to any of the rest. At the best, it can only take care of your needs at the best. The lazy ones are still going to look for parking spaces closer to everybody else. So I don't think it's a fix. It's good that it's built into your plan as a help to it. It might help alleviate some of the concerns, but not many. There's going to be people throwing rocks at you like crazy, without a doubt. But I think it's a gorgeous plan. It looks really good, and I think it's very progressive. The new business in the Heights is a wonderful thing. I want the Heights to be successful. Their success is my success. So I wish you a lot of luck.
Well, thank you very much. And I park in the back parking lot when I come to your restaurant, so we try and get our steps in before because we drink a lot of wine at your place. But you're right. We can't go into a development and solve everybody's problems. I mean, one, you can never make everybody happy all the time. It's not going to happen. We wanted to make sure that we can take care of ourselves in terms of development, so we're not adding to that problem in terms of our mindset. And that was part of really the requirements of the businesses that we're looking to bring in here. There's probably about 5 or 6 restaurants that we know that we're talking with saying, hey, that want to be in the Heights. They want to come, they want to be a part of the success that's down in the Heights, but they're concerned about parking, there's not a lot of spaces, and so really to attract tenants even to our buildings, we had to have that parking as well. And even our owners, they didn't want to relocate their business here and then not have their clients be able to walk in, so it was definitely in our mindset. We would like to have more. We'd like to be able to get that last house, but it was just way out of our price range. So.
Good luck, village trustees. Find us some more parking for the rest of us.
Well, Hugh, we are looking at parking possibilities, of parking lots that are a little bit further off of Prospect. But in the end, like you said, many people want strip mall parking. We're never going to have it. I remember driving around the block trying to find an open spot near Ben Franklin, back 25 years ago. So the parking, and my wife wanted to park in one spot and wanted to be in that one area. So we just keep driving around till we got it. It was always been an issue, parking in Peoria Heights, but in the end, if you go up to Chicago and try and go to some place, you're going to park a lot further away than you're going to have to park in Peoria Heights. And I just tip my hat to all of our business owners who create a product that people are willing to park a little ways away and walk to. I think that's part of, I know it sounds crazy, but it's part of the charm of the village. It is an inner city walkable area. And I think that our business owners have embraced it for the most part. We just have to make sure our patrons understand that there is parking available. but you might have to walk a block or two. And that's usually the problem. But we do want to have parking lots because people like parking in parking lots as opposed to parallel parking. We're looking into it. And hopefully we'll have some good news in the next few months. Katie? Any other questions at all for Katie or the board or anybody?
I just had a funny thought about putting a real early morning breakfast spot on. Because I always in Nelson Randy, I have a little yoga studio here, so people like to walk there.
Yeah.
But people don't have a problem parking in the daytime. It's the evenings.
Yeah.
You know, it's the evening hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd love to have a, yeah.
I would
breakfast place
love
would
a
be
good,
great.
I would love a good breakfast place, believe me. I mean, Childers that just opened up, I mean, that's actually the closest thing I would say. But it's not in the Heights, I know.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, but to your parking, I know, having sat through a couple of the departmental meetings on this project, I mean, I know that the village is looking at options to help, because, I mean, they understand. So, I'll try and get a breakfast place, I'll start looking for you. I want to know what you guys want, because, you know, that'll make it successful for what goes in there, so.
How are you going to communicate who the tenant is? Will that be on your website? Will that be over the newspaper? What's the way you communicate something?
Yeah, so what we do when we communicate, first and foremost, we put it on our Facebook page, and mostly our Facebook page is the first announcement. Scott Hilliard from the Journal-Star, who covers the Heights, is really great about being able to tell stories. We're not going to find a mural on this building, so we're not going to have the press like we did on Trefsker's building, but we would be doing press releases for any business that we have signed and that can announce. So I hope we're not finding any murals in the gas station building. But yeah, so we would announce it that way. We do, for all of our projects, we create project albums on our Facebook page as well. So, for example, the Trefsker's development project has an album where we post project photos and updates and stuff like that, and then a lot of times those are shared and out that way. But that's pretty much the best way that we announce it. So even some of the tenants that are going into the second floor of Trefsker's will be announced on that page as well.
Just two more questions, and they're very easy. They're yes or no.
I don't know about that.
Yes or no. All right. Any significant, I see on the plan, any significance to brink?
No, not at all. That was our designer. That's just his